Welcome back to Wembley Stadium. A little over 2 hours to go until kick-off in the Carabao Cup final. I'm joined by Jamie Carragher. Jamie, thanks for joining us. It feels like it's got the makings of a classic, this one. Is that your reading?
Yeah, I think so. I think the support from both teams will be fantastic. The black and white and the all red at the other end. It was a great game earlier in the season. I think it's St James's Park 3-3. So we can't complain if we get something close to that. But no, I think it'll be a great game.
Liverpool are the favourites to win this cup, but the events of the past week, do you think maybe the pendulum has slightly swung towards Newcastle United?
Maybe. We did Newcastle on Monday Night Football. It was a great win for them. It was a tough game. It wasn't, a great spectacle. But I just think in terms of belief and confidence, it was great for them to get a win. Liverpool played well against PSG. Over the two legs, PSG deserved to go through. But in terms of just looking at the game at Anfield, it was a great game that Liverpool just come the wrong side of. Yes, they played extra time. There's an injury now in terms of Trent Alexander-Arnold. So definitely not as looking at it as brightly as they did maybe before the game. But, I think Liverpool play well, they'll win.
The narrative has been this trophy drought that Newcastle United are on at the moment. Eddie Howe has said, let's keep this as close to a Premier League game as possible. Easier said than done, though, isn't it?
It is, and I think they keep looking back at the experience that they had a couple of years ago where they felt in their own heads they built it up too much into something that was almost just overtook them, truly became maybe too overpowering for them. But it's difficult, you hear the interviews with the players. We interviewed Bruno after the game at West Ham and he said it was a World Cup final. So you try as much as you can, but your family, friends around, you're talking about tickets, the enormity of winning. Newcastle players will be absolute legends. The club's history if they win here today, and it is difficult to temper that.
Arne Slot, I know a lot has been said about him in his first season at Liverpool. He could become the 5th Liverpool manager to win a trophy in his first season. Just put into words the job he's done, because I know you've spoken about him a lot, but given that he's taken over from someone like Jurgen Klopp, such a huge presence, how's he done what he's done?
Well, he's done it the Slot way. I mean, obviously we didn't know too much about him. You start that first game at Ipswich and he makes a substitution at half-time and straight away you think, OK, this is what this guy's about. He's got, obviously, traces of what Liverpool had under Jurgen Klopp. That's hence why the club brought him in. They didn't want too much change, but he's stamped his authority on it straight away. You go back to that first game, and the great thing about it is he hasn't tried to emulate Jurgen Klopp. He hasn't tried to be something he's not. He's not that type of charismatic figure. He looks like a real sort of studious manager, really good tactically. He spots changes and things, whether that's players or tactically, a lot of the time at half-time, and that's bode really well so far for Liverpool.
If you had to pick one key battle, where will this match be won, do you think?
I think there's two. I think Isaac Van Dijk or, Isaac v the two Liverpool centre-backs, I think is a big one, because I think Isaac would have to play well today and cause Liverpool real problems, I think, for Newcastle to win. And also I look at midfield. When I look at the teams, I think the central midfield area is the one where Newcastle can match Liverpool. I think in most other areas, whether it's defensively or in the attack, Liverpool will have the edge. But in midfield, it's a toss of a coin. I think Newcastle have real quality in there.
Finally, will it be a record-extending 11th League Cup for Liverpool, or will that trophy drought finally end for Newcastle?
What do you expect me to say?
Liverpool?
Yes. Liverpool.
Jamie, thank you very much indeed. He's part of the live coverage over on Sky Sports Football. Coverage gets underway at 3:30. Don't miss it.
Strictly impartial, Jamie Carragher, as ever. Thank you very much.
Gary Neville's here. He just walked off. We thought we were going to lose him for a second. Gary, thanks for joining us. Listen, about 10 days ago, you probably couldn't make a case. Well, many couldn't for Newcastle United. But has the past week kind of changed the narrative around this game?
I mean, look, Liverpool are still big favourites. That feeling of having world-class players in your team like Van Dijk and Salah, and you think about them, what they could do in this game. But what I do hope is that Newcastle came here a couple of years ago, and obviously it was United that day, Manchester United they were playing that day, and they didn't quite turn up. Manchester United played well in the first half. I just hope that they really do well in the game, Newcastle, and that they don't freeze, they don't sort of get too emotional about the whole thing of all these Newcastle fans coming, not having won a trophy for a long time. But no, I think Liverpool are still favourites, their experience and their quality, the top of the league. So things haven't changed that much, I don't think.
Eddie Howe has tried to play that down, hasn't he? He's tried to prepare this like a normal Premier League game, but You just mentioned these fans, they're already filing in now. It's easier said than done, isn't it?
It is, and when you sort of come to the stadium today and you see all the black and white everywhere, it's, you know, it will get to them. There's no doubt. I think it has got to them in the past. I think there were even 2 games in the late 90s, 98 and 99. They got to successive FA Cup finals. I played against them in 99. It was a team that had Alan Shearer, and they just didn't really play. And I think they feel the weight of expectation, I think, of all their fans travelling 5, 6, 7 hours in their tens and tens of thousands. Obviously Liverpool fans will as well, but when you've not won a trophy for so long, there's something about these sort of Newcastle fans that makes you feel a little bit more emotional, and I think that emotion sometimes when it comes into a sporting environment isn't a good thing. You need to be quite cold. Let's hope that Eddie Howe, who is, to be fair, very sort of focused and, you know, laser focused. Let's hope he can get this Newcastle team calm today and relaxed.
Lots of talk about various matchups and where this match might be won or lost, but talking as a former fullback, those areas of the pitch are going to be crucial, aren't they?
They will. I mean, I think that both teams have got good forwards. Obviously Gordon not playing, we well talked about, but you're right, obviously no Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think that obviously that means that Quansah will play at right back, which, you know, balances it off obviously from Liverpool, from Newcastle's perspective as well, losing their main striker or main left-sided player. But Isak against Van Dijk, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I know that's not a full-back, but I'm really looking forward to that clash. You know, he's a fantastic striker and can cause problems, I think, for Konate and Van Dijk.
Jamie Carragher unsurprisingly said he expects Liverpool to win. What's your prediction?
I expect Liverpool to win. I hope I'm wrong, and that's not just because of obviously the rivalry with Manchester United, just because I want Newcastle to win a trophy. You know, I've said this for a number of years now. If my team don't win a trophy, I want Newcastle, I want Everton, I want Villa, I want Tottenham, the clubs who are historic clubs, massive clubs in our league, who haven't won a trophy for a long time. I want them to be successful, I want it to be spread around, and it will be amazing today if Newcastle won, but I do think Jamie Carragher's right, unfortunately.
Gary Neville, thank you very much indeed. Not long now until kick-off here at Wembley Stadium. It is at 4:30. Liverpool against Newcastle United in the Carabao Cup final.